Hey guys, I'm George Lambert with Mountain Music and Mules. The hunt that you're about to watch doesn't have any crazy, wild, unbelievable, extreme footage. Now don't get me wrong, it does have some really cool footage, especially beautiful footage of a bear up in a tree, coming out. But long story short, I'm not necessarily making the video just about that, but what I want to kind of bring out, kind of showcase, is some of the abilities that a lot of these hounds, that a lot of you guys have. I've got a couple that will do pretty neat and unbelievable stuff that a lot of us take for granted. Without them, a hunt like this wouldn't be possible.
All right, another new day. I was actually out getting walking, just realized I never said anything to the camera this morning or done anything, but anyways, me and George walking another spot here. I think he's walking with Rich here above me. He's gonna try to yell to see if we can get anything moving and stuff, but we'll walk a ways in here, then kind of split up. Hopefully we'll get something going here in a minute. All right, dogs just finally went up on the side here, started barking a little bit. Still ain't nothing hot yet, but we'll see here in a minute, see if they keep going the way they're going, and see if I can get it up going. Y'all quit. Here we got some dogs outside here just trailing kind of now. They're not doing much. Of course it's freezing up here. Kind of just sitting here waiting to see what they do, which direction they'll go, but hopefully they'll get it up and jump sometime or other. Alright, well this track's kind of all just died out. I think it went down across the river. So I still got a couple of my dogs with me here. And we'll take these and get back above on another ridge here. Start easing back towards the truck. And I think George is going to go down and walk down there and get his. And then see if he can get them back before they cross that river and get all wet. But if I can get these back, because I got one of my dogs got a little bit of sore feet, so I might go ahead and run her. Ouch. Anyways, he might try to take her back to the truck since she's got a little sore feet, and regroup and decide what we do from here. Well, I am in the woods. Our term for it is busting some brush, and just hitting a lot of these old laurel thickets, just going around through them, and hopefully I can get a bear jumped up and running.
So I'm headed around through some of these thickets, crossing ridges, just covering territory. I'm trying to make a good bit of noise. Got all the hounds loose. They're hunting hard, and we're just trying to either jump a bear up or at least, hopefully the hounds will find the scent of a bear.
Well, I am putting on some miles today. Hopefully here in a little bit we'll get something going. Well, we're way up here. Hey, Dudley. What are y'all doing? We've trailed some off and on today, but haven't got anything jumped. So, taking a big ridge and just dropping right back off, hit it back, and I'll get Ethan or somebody to come pick me up. So. I've been getting myself down here in some rough country and kinda heading back towards the truck. Had to get way down a ridge. These dogs trailed the scent down to the rivers down below me.
which went on big stretch of private land. So I got down here, yelled them off of it, and now I'm kind of just hunting my way back towards the truck. But I've got, I don't know, a long ways to go and rough country to get there. So anyway. Well, I'm climbing up a steep old ridge, going through some thick, and I'm in a little clearing now, but dogs just started trailing again. So
we've done come down a steep ridge. We're kind of cutting around, trying to hunt this thicket out pretty good. The hounds are in front of me and just randomly jumping deer out of this thicket as they're trailing through on a bear scent. That actually happens way more than probably a lot of us ever even know, but I just happen to be in the spot where these deer were running out. So anyway, here come these couple does coming just barreling down the ridge, about run plumb over top Scruff. He decided them old deer ain't gonna get away with that. He chases them down the ridge, across the creek, starts up the other side. And then, of course, he says enough is enough, and he comes back to me. If I say anything to him at all, he won't even mess with them running like that. But obviously, you got to watch if you got young pups or anything like that around. That's something you got to be aware of. But overall, Scruff don't hurt anything. I just wanted to bring that out because Scruff has his own shirt nowadays. There's talk of him having his own cup, hat. Anyway, long story short, I just wanted to bring that out, that he might have his own cup, shirt, hat, apparel, merch, but I do have him video proof that he was running behind a deer one time. Just putting that out there.
Anyway, deer just run by me just to get it. Anyway, what I'm saying is dogs are starting to trail now, so we'll see. Hopefully they'll get this thing. Hopefully I'll get this thing going. Jumped up here in the next couple minutes. We'll see.
So while Scruff's having this big time, basically in the meanwhile, the hounds have picked up that scent. They're working with it. And let me go back a minute, because here is a lot of what I wanted this video to be about and kind of based around, is these few moments right here. We had done come down the side of this thicket. I'd done made noise, beating around, coming through some other thickets that was really close to this particular one. The point I wanted to make is we'd done made all kinds of noise, done been around through parts of it. Finally, the hounds picked up some scent and started trailing out of this thicket. Basically going up across the top of this ridge, and I'm thinking that they're going to head towards another big thicket that I know about.
Starting to get up in the thinner part of this laurel thicket. It's kind of following along with the dogs. They're still trailing. They're struggling, but they're trailing.
So the hounds, you know, they can smell the scent decent while they're in this thicket that has a lot of brush, a lot of things to contain and keep and catch the scent. But finally they trail up, they trail out onto this oak flat, and they are having a rough time. The wind, scenting conditions, basically there's a lot of stuff working against them up in this oak flat. You know, they've done run a whole slew of deer out of this thicket. It's done run right across where they're trying to trail. They got to deal with all that, and I'm almost on the verge of just picking them up. And when I say picking them up, basically just yelling, hollering at them, moving them on in the general direction that they was going anyway. So the hounds, they're trailing through this pretty good sized oak flat. They trail up to, there's a little wet weather spring, I reckon is what you'd call it, little watering hole, and they are having a terrible time. But slowly I make the decision just to give them a good bit of time and let them work it out, based on previous experience I've had with these hounds, that a lot of times tracks like this, it might take them a little bit, but as long as they slow down and keep pounding at it, a lot of times they will get bear like this jumped. It is very easy to get impatient, maybe even aggravate it, just in the nature of a lot of us. You know, we're more fast-paced, we want to keep stuff rolling, moving, but sometimes it is best just to let them dogs work. They've trailed past that water hole, they're trailing, they probably trailed another 150, 200 yards up through this oak flat, and then kind of to my surprise, they start actually hooking and trailing back into this thicket that we had just been all the way down the side of and come through a big part of it. They trail into the thicket, and I noticed when they go back into the thicket, and it's kind of be expected, but they started trailing a little better and picking the pace up a little bit.
Well, I'm just kind of walking along with them. I'm up. They're trailing a little bit low me in the thicker stuff, but I'm up above them where I can get around a little better. I mean, they're having a rough time, but they're slowly, surely taking this track on.
They trail, I would say, probably roughly 200 yards into this thicket, and then bam, they jumped the bear. He was laying there the whole time, let us walk right past him. The point that I'm trying to make with this whole video is, if I would have been impatient, if I would have moved them dogs to where I was pretty sure, like where I felt that the bear went, I absolutely would have been wrong. The proof was the hounds trailed back in there and jumped that bear. And it makes me wonder, how many times have I moved the hounds away and changed the whole direction of a hunt just by being too impatient? There's a lot of you guys, especially you guys out west, that do the drag round line. There's hounds out there that would probably trail circles around mine. There's a lot of the old timers and some of the guys that I grew up with and still hunt around that have trail dogs that just are phenomenal. And man, I can think back to many similar circumstances where some of them hardcore ground pounding, just stubborn trail dogs, where they have just, it almost seemed out of thin air, pulled a bear out of the bag, so to speak, and changed the whole direction of the hunt just by me slowing down and letting the dogs work it out. This particular instance, little Jeff, he had done went through his thickets, went back to the truck. I only had one more good thicket to hit, and then I was headed back to the truck myself. Honestly, we probably would have never even got on a bear. Don't get me wrong, those red hot, just blowing out of there, just driving tracks, they are a blast, absolute blast. But man, there's just something about them old tracks, picking, that if the hounds are able to finally get it together, get that bear jumped, and then of course hopefully get a bay or a tree at the end. Those are the hunts that I personally just totally enjoy and love.
Well, I'm not 100%, but the dogs have left me barking a good bit now. So I think, hopefully I'll know in a few minutes, but I think they've jumped this bear. So we'll see here in just a little bit. Well, I'm headed on back through here. Dogs have been showing treat, and I can hear them now. They're roaring, but they're showing treat and moving. And when I say that, they're just moving very slowly, but they're barking so much and everything. The GPS is giving me a reading that they're treed. So what it's telling me is that they're just barking at it on the ground. So hopefully it'll go on up a tree. We'll see how it plays out.
Dad actually ends up getting a pup or two from the truck coming out the old logging road, meeting me. And by that time, it seems that the dogs have been caught and possibly treed the bear.
I don't know if they'll go on or not, but we'll let them try.
So I get a hold of little Jeff, him and Easton, and I think another pup or two. They're going to start heading in towards me. Me and Dad, we're going to go start heading into this tree and see what the dogs have caught.
Well, we are, can't remember when I cut the camera on last, but the dogs are treed. We just got I should have took some video, but we just got down where we could look way across the holler and see it setting up in the tree on the other side. So anyway, me and Dad's dropping on into it. Little Jeff's coming behind me with Easton. So we'll be in there here in just a few minutes.
All right, well, the update, I got back to the truck. So took that one of my dog back to there. George went down to get his, went way back up, hit a track over here, and didn't go too extremely far. Did some fixed stuff. I think he jumped it, and what it sounded like, might have just treated it. So we're heading in here, me and Easton. We're heading here, go check it out, see what it is, and who knows, right idea, right place might let him take it today. All right, so yeah, we're getting close. We're like a little under half a mile out from him now, but so we'll see what we can do. I think George and Dad, they're pretty close with him now, so they're going to go ahead and walk down to it, just see what size it is and see if we can get all the dogs tied back, but we'll see what happens.
We will see it when we get closer to the tree. Guys, right there, we can't see it now. We're getting ready to see him, but...
I probably should have told y'all to come a different way, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It's a horrible mess, the old power line thing here, so it's a horrible mess trying to get through all this junk, and we're about at it now. We're gonna get down to them pretty easy, but this stuff eating me up full of them old briars, locust, mess. Well, we finally made it. I'm out of the rough stuff here now, nasty stuff, so we should be able to walk along this edge, go right over to it, so I think we'll be all right here.
Hey Dad, we'll go, let's go a little bit past it. And if it comes out, it'll come right towards Jeffrey now. We'll just try to tie the dogs up on the other side. We could probably go down there. That's fine. Yeah. Good thing is all this wind this way. They don't even know we're around, I'm sure.
It's a nightmare climb we just did come back out of this thing here. Sorry, I'm out of breath here, but Ethan, George, and Easton, me, George, they're coming up below me. They got a bunch of dogs bringing, so I didn't have much time. I went ahead and worked the way up. I think Big George in the road below me here, but it's steep off this thing. Should have hooked Ethan in with you too. Alright, well, we made it up to the trail now. I think we're going to try to get all these dogs, get them out here. But
You can always notice.
no, just trying to do my thing here. No, so we're head back to the truck now and get these dogs loaded up and see what we can do here for the rest of the day.
Man, guys, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the support on mountainmusicandmules.com. Anything that you guys order, man, that sure does help me to be able to do what I'm doing. I don't know how to express how much I sure do appreciate it. And if you don't know about it, check out, let's see, the hats, shirts, all kinds of merch, some different items. I'll put a link in the description below. Don't forget to hit the like, hit the subscribe, and check out some of my other videos.
Go to mountainmusicandmule.com. You can get this hat, this one too, or just like, subscribe, click notifications, and we'll catch you back in another video.